and
join us on Mindfulness with Mona, Mina, and Caren. We're both live on our pages. Lucy Loveheart is not live on her page. I'm live on my page, but you can also join us from Mindfulness with Mona, Mina, and Caren, and you won't just be looking at me. You can look at everybody else too that comes in. Like I said, we're on Mindfulness with Mona, Mina, and Caren, and today's topic will be anger and its correlation to depression and mental health problems.
Come in.
Come in, come on in, come on in, come on in. Say hi.
And which comes first, depression, anger, or anger, then depression?
We have a special guest today. She'll be talking actually through the phone. Her name is Marie, and she runs the kombucha bar. It's actually hers. But we'll be calling her in about 5 minutes after Caren does our cool down meditation. Caren?
Ready? Now you see why I have issues with being on camera. This one here.
I'm sorry.
No, I have no clue. I just would like everyone to just focus on themselves for a minute, turn everything off, and just do deep breathing. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, hold it, blow it out. Just to get our minds prepared for what we're about to discuss at this time. Now we're going to return to Miss Tawana, Miss Mina, and our guest speaker.
So, Mona, how are you today? We're going to do our quick check-in.
Hi, everyone. I'm Mona. Welcome to Mona.
Mina.
And Caren.
Mindfulness. We're here today. First, we're going to start off by talking about a drink that we have here. It's called kombucha. It's from a kombucha bar. Right?
The kombucha.
The kombucha bar. So this will be my first time tasting it. We're all gonna take a sip of it. Mina already had some, and Caren already has some, and she knows how to make it as well. I've never tasted, so this will be my first time tasting it.
So we're gonna call in to the woman that actually makes it, and then we'll do our check-in. So her name is Marie. So we're calling her now. We have her on speaker.
Right, give us a minute. We're about to call Marie. What's the number?
I thought you had it.
That's what I told you right here.
That's too much like right.
Yeah.
I'm slow.
So we're talking about kombucha.
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 It's no CH.
Kombucha. Cha?
Kombucha.
Kombucha. It's I don't even know what kind of drink this is.
It's made from fermented
mushroom.
Oh.
Tea.
Made from mushroom and what?
We don't know, but we're going to ask the woman that knows what it's made of. We're going to ask her.
Caren knows.
I've just had it a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
All right, the number.
Hi there. So we're going to call the lady that owns the bar, the kombucha bar. Says mobile number not available.
Not available.
That's what it says. Nothing. I'm gonna do it. That's it right here. 908 268
16 59.
No, 16.
59.
Sorry, everybody. We're calling the lady.
While we're waiting, I'd just like to congratulate the Staten Island Little Leaguers who made it all the way as far as they did in their tournament. Go New York, go New York, go New York, go.
Hi guys, we're back. You're having difficulties. Welcome to Mindfulness with Mona, Mina, and Caren. We're going to be talking to the woman who owns the kombucha bar. She's calling in right now.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, it's Mona, Mina, and Caren.
How are you?
On live.
I'm well. How you doing? Marie here. Hello.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're here. We're trying to hear you a little louder. We're trying to make it a little louder.
Okay, is your volume up on your phone?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay, yeah, we can
hear
hear you now. Okay, so can you just introduce yourself, please?
Okay. My name is Marie Boga. It's the kombucha bar located in Pittsburgh Avenue in Littleton, New Jersey.
Okay, so she said that she's Marie and she's from the kombucha bar in Flemington, New Jersey, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what is kombucha?
Well, kombucha is a provided beverage made from sweet tea that has gone through a fermentation process and with the help of a SCOBY. A SCOBY is an acronym for symbiotic culture, bacteria, and yeast. The process, what happens is that occur in the process is the bacteria, the yeast eats the bacteria, and then it promotes it converted to alcohol and also
Everybody hear her?
carbon dioxide, and then the bacteria convert the alcohol into acetic acid. So that's why the kombucha have like a little sweet in it. It's also good. What it is good for? It's good for gut health. So some people they take a lot of antibiotics or they have a poor diet, and so the antibiotics will kill all the good bacteria and also the bad bacteria. So that's why you need to replace kombucha, probiotic beverage, whether it's kombucha, yogurt, a kefir. You want to replace the good bacteria in your gut. That's why kombucha is good for you. And then the kombucha is also made in the house here. It's made in Pittsburgh Avenue in New Jersey.
Okay. Okay. And what is the key ingredient?
The ingredient is tea. Basically, it's sweet tea. It's a proprietary blend of tea. It's black and green tea, and also SCOBY. The SCOBY that is bacteria and yeast together. That created the effervescent state of the beverage.
Okay.
Okay, everybody that just came in, we are on the phone with
Marie from the kombucha bar in Flemington, New Jersey.
And everyone here.
if everyone can hear her.
And you can also find us at other locations. But we also have another location that we our store is in Stockton, New Jersey, 19 Bridge Street in Stockton, New Jersey. And you can also find it at Queen State and Queen. Also you can find it in the town, Golden Market, at Golden School, a lot of locations around Huntington County.
Oh, in Huntington County. Okay.
Huntington County.
Huntington County is that's where the county around Flemington. I mean, the towns around Flemington are located in Huntington County. And also, I am in Pennsylvania, which is Doylestown, right above across the border.
Okay. So basically, kombucha is a tea that actually has some of the properties of alcohol, which is good for gut health, right?
No.
No.
It has trace of alcohol because it's in the sugar and it has that trace of alcohol. The same as anything like permanent has trace of alcohol, but it won't be strong.
Oh, okay.
It won't digestion. Some people say that it helps them with illness. Some people say it helps them regulation in the morning, to be regulated. And a lot of people say, I mean, I was surprised when one said I help them with anxiety.
Oh,
So,
nice. Nice.
Yeah, because that's different things for everyone, because what it does is stabilize the body. Whatever the gut is. I mean, we cannot say that it's do anything. It doesn't do anything, but it can help you.
Understood. Understood. And also, Jack made sure that we know that he delivers in this area. He made sure he typed that. So,
Yeah, it does.
thanks, Jack.
Yeah, he will deliver if you get order, and then he will deliver to your area. Yeah.
Thank you very much. So today we have the lemongrass with ginger, and the other that we have is the turmeric, ginger, and black pepper. So we're going to try these right now.
We're gonna try one right now.
Right now, let's go. All right, let's see.
What is your favorite?
Perfect. Let's see. We got pretty wine glasses thanks to Mona. So
We're trying the kombucha.
So this one's the lemongrass first. We're gonna try the lemongrass first. Okay. All right, ready? Let's go. Cheers. Clink, clink, clink. Okay.
This is a good health.
Well, it smells like I remember.
You know what it tastes like? It kind of tastes like sparkling, the sparkling cider.
Flavor cider.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it's nice. It's smooth.
And it's smooth.
Yeah, it's smooth. Okay, so I'm going to tell y'all now. The
It's an
kombucha
acquired
bar
taste.
in Flemington, New Jersey. If you live in the greater New Jersey area, they'll deliver. They also have, they're on the website. What's your website, sweetie?
My website is www.kombuchabarnj.com.
All right, now you can find her on www.kombuchabarnj.com. Okay? And she's
also in Instagram at kombuchabarnj.com. We're also in Twitter the same thing.
oh, cool. Very cool. Very cool. So, kombucha, lemongrass, we give it a thumbs up. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Give me a thumb. Give me a thumb. Thumb, 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 thumb. Okay, so now we're going to try the kombucha with the turmeric.
No, we don't want to open all your stuff.
You want ginger, black pepper?
Yeah, we got to open them, so how are we going to taste them? It's only
Well,
two.
the sugar, ginger, black pepper is our top seller.
Is it?
Yeah, it is one of our best sellers.
Top
The
seller.
second
Oh,
one
the top seller.
is red zinger.
Ooh, red zinger.
Red
The one we don't have it right now, but next time we're gonna have a bit with that.
And I want to give some examples of what it can do for you.
Oh, she wants to give some examples of what it can do from you because she's been drinking it
I've
for a while.
had it years ago. I took it after a friend of mine at church, a friend of hers, gave her a baby mushroom and showed us how to make it from scratch, and we took it. And there's different people have taken it during chemo and haven't felt the strong side effects, the bad taste. The nausea was subsided while taking the kombucha. I found it to be an appetite suppressant. What it does is it rejuvenates your cells. Anything that's really wrong with you, it really addresses that. It makes you stronger.
I couldn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Oh, she said that she found that people who had cancer who used it also, they said that they had less problems with their stomach. They had that taste that you get from, from chemo. They didn't have that problem with the taste in their mouth or the nausea. She said people have used it also for, like you said, for digestive health as well.
That's good to know, but I can explain that. But for that, it helps with a whole lot of things that you cannot fix it.
But
And it also it really is a great bad results. And then also some people said that also when they mix it with adult right? And he took the salt beverage and we'll have the flowers and the hangover the next day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good. So, again, this is Marie. She's from the Kombucha Bar in Flemington, New Jersey. They deliver in our greater area. Anybody have any questions for her, or we can let her enjoy the rest of her evening and weekend? Any other
We want to
questions?
thank you for
Thank you so
calling
much.
in and explaining what it is, and I enjoy it. I think it's very nice. It's tasteful.
Smooth.
It's yes.
The question I had is,
Thank you so much. I think it's also in the area, don't forget to stop in at 6 Brooks Avenue. We also have outside bowls, we have smoothies, we have wellness bags, also
Smoothies. Oh, no, that sounds good. All right, what did you want to
We have
say?
a question for you.
We have one question for you.
now Marie, do you make it from scratch or do you have a supplier?
She said yes, she does.
they just don't even have chocolate fuel, but it's made and it's made with love.
Oh,
It's made with love and it's here. And it's always try to make it fresh. And every flavor that has some kind of health benefits behind it. And also, it's made with all organic ingredients.
oh, thank you so much. Thank you so
Yes.
much for
We
calling.
really
to know.
appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful weekend and thank you for thinking of us at the Kombucha Talk.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Okay, again, that was Marie from the Kombucha Bar in Flemington, New Jersey. They deliver in our greater New Jersey area. All right. And we got some good ones. Lemongrass. They said red zinger is a really good one. And we had turmeric, black pepper, and ginger. So, drink up. Clink your glasses. Clink.
Oops, I drink mine already.
She drank hers all up. She drank
Sorry.
hers
It's
all
very
up.
good.
It
It's
is very good. Okay.
From the Kombucha Bar in Flemington,
New Jersey.
New Jersey. Oh, I don't know where Flemington is. I still live out here. I don't know where nothing is. I don't know.
Well, today's topic is anger and the correlation to depression and other mental health issues. We wanted to start off with my napkin notes, because I copied Mona, my napkin notes. We wanted to start off with anger as a defense mechanism to be, I don't even understand my notes, be it to get control, respect, or power, or to control family, or to get people to basically come to your side. Oftentimes, anger is used as opposed to the real emotion you are feeling. Sadness is usually the root of what anger is. Anger is to protect you, okay? So what we have to learn is how to find out our purpose, live in the moment, and try to think without judgment. So those are the first three things you have to do to control anger, especially when you're dealing with other mental health issues like depression, anxiety, mania. Some of us have mania, but those are the ways that we can basically start to begin to break down the anger and find the root of whatever the issue is. So we have to focus on the lesson so that we don't suffer anymore. Because if you focus on the situation, you'll continue to suffer. You'll begin to heal once you start to realize what it was that was trying to teach you. So, Mona.
Yes. Well, I want to ask a question. I was reading some stuff today, and then I ran across this. It says, my depression manifests as sadness and frustration and anger, and it affects my new marriage greatly because my husband didn't understand how depression works.
Okay.
Being misunderstood.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are we answering a question?
Yeah, she was trying to find out that, her anger and everything comes out because her husband doesn't understand her depression that she goes through. So she was trying
He
to.
seems insensitive, so
Yes.
to speak.
Yes.
Well, I think that oftentimes if a person doesn't understand depression or anxiety, they will see it as a selfishness. And when you don't feel like you're being heard, of course you get angry. Of course you do. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Caren, what do you think?
Absolutely. The worst thing in the world is to be misunderstood.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So what are ways that we can,
as we've said in previous podcasts, be clear, express yourself as clear as possible until the person gets it, no matter how many times, as long as you keep talking.
Yes.
They'll eventually get it. And if they don't, well, shame on them.
Absolutely.
Developing a better relationship with your difficult emotions like grief, anger, frustration, sadness, fear, anxiety, etc. And it goes on and on.
What do you mean by developing a better relationship with those emotions?
These are questions actually people was asking me. So they just want to know, like, I guess, how would you develop a better relationship with your emotions, I guess?
Oh, maybe like accepting them?
Accepting them, that they, yeah.
And
how can you live with them, I guess?
Okay. Well, okay, so let's take one emotion. What do we have? The first one is grief. Oh, that's the hardest one because grief is usually something of loss. It can be loss of job. It can be loss of a family member. It can be loss of a relationship. It can be loss of health. A lot of times it is health that causes grief. So I guess identifying that if you weren't the problem, now you can be the solution for grief. What do you think for anger?
Oh, I was going to do grief. Well, anger.
Oh, you can do grief?
No, do grief.
Well, no, I just wanted to talk. Grief is a very necessary emotion.
Necessary.
It's necessary when you're going through any kind of loss, as Mina said. Those emotions have to be expressed physically because they're bottled up on the inside, and it's best that you get them out some sort of way. You know, that's why our bodies are made to cry. That's from grief.
Yes. Okay. All right. So what about anger, Mona? That's the hard one.
Yeah, that's hard. I don't know, because you could get angry. Okay, angry and angry is like for me, I could get angry at something that probably won't even make any sense. I get angry at people could get angry at somebody driving in the street. You driving road rage. You get very angry and like, why this person's doing that. My anger will come from me not knowing something about my health right away. Like if you go to the doctor and they tell you take these tests, but they don't tell you anything right that minute, I get very angry because I want to know right there. I get very frustrated, I guess, and angry and upset because I want to know, since you go through so much in your life, and then when you tell the doctor tells you, oh, you got to come and take this test, that test, and you hoping in your mind, okay, I'm taking this test, I will need the results because I need to move on with my life so I can, go on. So when they tell me they can't tell me anything right then and there, I get very angry. I get very emotional. I get very sad. All of this I can relate to.
Absolutely.
All of this, anxiety, everything right here, I can relate to.
So then what do you do?
Well, me to bring myself out of the anger and sadness and depression, I come home and I clean, or I make a phone call to my best friend or my sisters, or I come home and talk to, babe or the kids, or sometimes I just turn the TV on and put on the show and just sit there. And, well, actually, sometimes I do go in the bathroom, which is my quiet zone, and I probably cry. Because I really need to know what's going on with me, and they're not telling me right away, and I get very frustrated and very upset, and very angry, and then sometimes I just don't want to be bothered. So it's a lot of different emotions that goes on through me until I find out the results.
And I'm sorry, and also a few years ago in our group, during one of our group sessions, a topic was brought up about this very thing, about anger and depression, and are you more sensitive when you're going through depression was the question. And a lot of times when you're dealing with different mental health challenges, you might be a little more on edge than usual. So the most silliest things that would never bother you set you off to the point where there's no coming back. So it's best to try to resolve the root cause of your problems.
Okay. For me, when I get angry, it's either Bob's Burgers to calm me down because they're funny, or Angry Rap from the 90s. Seriously. And driving my car really fast.
Oh my goodness.
So serious. I will open up on 1 and 9. For real. It's
Not
silly,
good.
but it's the truth. It's the only thing that brings me back from the light. So,
Caren, you had any questions about anything? You want to talk about anything?
Well, I wanted to actually just a few days ago, I had an incident with my 23-year-old daughter who out of the blue decides, oh, I can't afford to keep paying rent, so I want to go move back with daddy. What? You talk about angry? I'm like, this heifer.
Oh.
I was angry. You talk about angry? I was very angry. But I used the tools that we learned in group I almost went back to my old ways from 2 years. If this was Caren 2 years ago, I would have ate a whole cake from Stop and Shop and sat in my house all day and just cried. But I said, you know what? There's only but so many tears you can cry. And we've been doing so well on changing eating habits and exercise. And I said,
that's right.
I had to talk myself down and say, no, we're not doing that. We're not going to let nobody else make me fat and make me miserable. No.
I can do that all by myself.
Because number one, our rent, everything, Section 8 never counted her income until, as long as they're in school full time, they don't count your kid's income. This heifer decides, oh, I'm dropping out of school. Really? Well, the rent is going to go up twice as much, and I'm only paying what I said I'm going to pay, you paying the rest. So it's that rest she paying is her fault. Now she want to go back and live with daddy. What? That's your fault.
What are you going to do?
Well, I be honest, besides the techniques we use in group, I prayed. I said, God, I could strangle her right now. But, help me through this. Touch her, open her eyes, do something to fix this, because that ain't right. I already lived for years by myself. I'm used to her now. That ain't, and it ain't that I need her money. It's just the point. Mother and daughter, we should be able to get along and live together.
Absolutely.
I don't put pressure on her. I just want her to learn and be independent.
Mm-hmm. So
for her to want to run home to daddy, I just wanted to, you just giving up like that when she don't see that from me. I keep fighting. So I'm like, where you get this from? So I'm here today, despite and you didn't see me on the news. I didn't catch a case. She's still walking around.
Okay, so we're doing a check-in. It's gonna be all right. First off, you know that. It's gonna be all right.
It's gonna be okay.
And
you're welcome to come here if you leave anytime you want.
I walk around with no shoes on at Mona house. Anyway, no. Okay, so this week, somebody that was very, very close to me for a very, very, very long time, and if I give details, then I'll be telling on that person. Told someone else that was very close to me that they were no longer going to deal with me ever again. No. And I, for the life of me, couldn't figure out why. And then there was a bunch of he say, she say, see that came into play, and I finally found out why. I finally got to the root of the problem. And I realized that sometimes we just outgrow people. I mean, I was hurt, and I really was going to DMX it, as Nikki said. Hey, Nick. But I didn't. I called my friend. We talked. I cursed a lot. And then I let it go. And that is not me. We all know that. I have a major problem with anger. So I'm working on it. God is not through with me yet. But I did not call them. I did not show up at their house. I didn't slash tires. I didn't do any of those crazy things that 20-year-old Mina would have did. This time what I decided was it's just not that serious. It's just not. I'm blessed. I have 2 beautiful children, a beautiful grandson. I have a wonderful fiance. Oh, wow. I called Mr. Fiance. Hello. Okay. I have a great family and friends, and I have a lot of wonderful people in my life. So if I lose one, I'm all right. I'm okay. So that's my grown-up thing for the week.
But sometimes when you know you haven't done anything wrong, you feel like the nerve. How you just
of course
just not you?
Of course.
Now I've been there 100 years, and now you don't want to deal with me.
Exactly. And the sad part is that you don't have the decency to tell me. That's what made me angry the most. Is that you don't talk to me. You tell third parties. Come on, what are we? We in our what teens? Like, what are you doing? Talk to me, because the only person that can help you with me is me. Mm-hmm. So you're lost. How about you? What do you have this week?
Well, I ain't telling one yet, but
oh, sorry.
Secret.
Okay.
Not until I name them. But anyway, today wasn't bad. Well, we had a funeral. You know, Babe's friend mom just passed, so we went to the funeral yesterday, which we was just talking about grief. You know, it's just my day wasn't bad. You know, I just try to take time for myself, you know, get in tune with myself. And, you know, like I said, I have only one life to live, and I'm trying to live it, you know, the best way I can. With the depression and anxiety and whatever that goes on with me, I'm living my life. And, you know, like my kids know, always check in with me. I'm happy. You check in, tell me you're okay. You know, I check in on my friends, make sure they're okay. They check on me. So actually this week, I'm not too bad. Just the funeral was, you know, a lot yesterday, but I'm glad we was there for support. And she was very, very, very happy that we was there. And like I told her, you know, you don't have to worry about that. You know, that's no discussion about if we was coming or not, you know? So, but that's it really.
Okay. Anybody want to check in before we go on? Nikki said that it's a maturity level. It's a maturity level. Hey, Calvin. Maturity level is different. Oh, wow. You're right. Mm-hmm. You're right. Mm-hmm. You're right. And also, what you're willing to accept is a lot different. I don't argue with friends. I don't argue, period, because there's no point. I'm grown. So if I don't like the situation, I just remove myself from the situation, which is not what I would have done back in the day. But yes, now I realize that it's not worth my peace.
Nothing is.
And then I have to find out what part of the problem I am. Love my hair. Thank you. Anyway, the problem, a lot of times I'm part of the problem. If I make a person feel unapproachable, then of course they're not going to come talk to me. But in this situation, I made myself definitely approachable. I made myself, I actually humbled myself in a situation where I don't feel I was wrong, and I was told I wasn't wrong, but I humbled myself, because sometimes you have to be the bigger man or woman. Mm-hmm. Okay. And I chose to be happy instead of right. And it was still not reciprocated. So I had to go inside and say, am I okay with losing this? And I was. I didn't think I would be, but I was. I was okay with losing it.
Well, amen. I see what's common amongst Mina and myself this week is we have both grown from what we were years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, it took a lot for me not to go back to the old ways of eating and, you know, just poor coping mechanisms, just eating to be eating and crying just unnecessarily. You know, I've cried enough tears. And there's Ian Van Lant has a book that talks about no more tears or no more something, I don't know, but it had to do with just stop crying. And I had enough. And the two of us, we're not the same as we were years ago, which is a good thing.
Not even when we met. We're not the same as then.
Which is a good thing, which means we're using the tools that we've been exposed to grow, and we're willing to grow.
And excited about it. I'm happy that I'm not the same person. I am. How about you?
Yeah, I'm very happy I'm not the same person.
Okay, now who's coming in this front door?
Kiana.
Oh,
Kiana. Oh, okay. There's somebody who
Hi,
lives
Kiana.
here. There's somebody who lives here. Okay. As you know, I'm from Brooklyn. It's like, wait a minute.
Who's in the front? But they had keys. Like,
Yeah,
burglars
It
don't
don't
have
matter.
keys.
It don't matter.
Okay, so in dealing with anger and situations in which we are not in control of other people's emotions, because you're never in control, in dealing with anger, is there anything you think we could do a little different to be okay with it? Because at first we were hurt, right? How do we deal with that hurt up front so it doesn't turn into anger?
Right.
Mona.
So it doesn't fester.
I don't know. I got to work on that. I'm a work in progress.
Please be patient with me.
Be patient.
God is not through.
I have to write little notes and put it in the box. Be patient.
Agreed.
Because sometimes just.
I think Karen's situation with children, it's harder because you give them your all, okay? And I don't know everybody on here who has a child. You give them your all, and then you get back talk. And the first thing you're thinking is I brought you here, I'll take you away. But you can't do that either, okay? So you feel kind of betrayed. That's the word I think it is.
And the thing is, she doesn't just have one job. She's got two jobs. One of the jobs she has is through social services for me. You know, she don't even have to get out of bed for one of the jobs she gets paid for. So the bottom line, she just don't want to pay it. Oh, I could be doing other things with the rent. What you mean? You need some place to live.
Wow.
And I'm not signing a lease. Lease come up September. She don't want to sign a new. So I told, listen, just sign the lease. Well, I don't know if I need to sign the lease. I don't know if I'm going to be here. What? Wow. Really? Mind you, she helps me with a lot of things, opening cans, you know, dressing me sometimes because I refuse to be dependent. And this is why, because people can get up and be like, peace out anytime they want. So I'm ready to take care of myself if need be. But that's neither here nor there. We're going to take a inhale, exhale, and just
all right, let's get to it. Come on.
We're going to bring it down.
We had to bring that down.
Because I'm not usually excited. And when I was going through this with my mother shipped me upstairs to the empty apartment and made me pay rent. That's what parents do. They make you grow up.
Yeah. They help you grow up. Or they don't.
Some parents
don't.
You're right.
Yeah, because I'll be honest with you, between my two children, my daughter is very, very mature. My son is going to take a lot more work as far as maturity is concerned. Now, I'm not saying he won't work, because he does. And I'm not saying that he won't take care of things, but he needs a little more help. A little more help with guidance. That's the word. He needs a little more guidance. So oftentimes I have to say to him, okay, bro, you just got your check. You can't, the 10% comes out, goes to the bank. The other 10% goes to your pocket. Now here's whatever bills you have. Now, how about try and keep that till you get paid again? Plus, other things. And you know what? You want to decide that the cable needs to have, Crunchyroll? Pay for it. But that I wouldn't have to say to my other kid. Kimura, she'd be like, Mom, here's blah, 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 blah. Him, I do. And it's not a bad thing. It's just the way he is. So I'm learning how to steer him the right way without getting angry, because it's not his nature to just do certain things. So, I understand what you're going through with your child, because it's rough with children.
It is.
It's rough.
It is. Even though mine, everybody knows Geneva, and she's moved out and she's on her own. But hi, Geneva. I know you're going to call me. But even though she moved out, and she's doing her thing and she's working, but she still needs to know how to balance and know, okay, I need this for this, I need that for rent, I need this for this. She's 21, she got to get her hair done, her nails done, her this, her that, and she does hair. She know how to do this, I do hair. You understand? So certain things she'll come to me because she go, well, if I could give my mother half of what I could give another person, which I don't mind. I don't mind doing her hair, but yes, I do charge her. Yes, I do. Because she has a job, and yes, she has to pay her mom because it's work that I do. That's long hours. But even though they moved on, they still need that guidance.
Of course.
Because that guidance is still not really sitting with them. They just thinking, oh, I'm out, I'm on my own. Oh, my goodness, No, but then it's like, Mom, so how do I clean this chicken? You know,
Word.
how do I make this right? So how do I, you understand? So regardless if they moved out or anything, they're always going to call you for that help. Even though they try to be tough and want to, you know, it's disrespectful of things that they do. But as parents, you know, we angry, we get upset, we get mad, we want to take them and just, you know, sit them outside butt naked. Don't take all the clothes off their back that you bought them. I'm going to say who did that, but you know, you're gonna take a breath, blow it out, and move on.
One of the exercises that we learned in group was about identifying the root of that anger. So right now, you're not angry because she wants to go back home. You're angry because you put a lot of effort into her. And instead of her accepting that and growing up, she decided, bump it, I'm going to go backwards.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it also just reminded me, I was angry because my mother wasn't having it. She just was like, you want to be grown, you want to give me mouth, all right, well, get out. How about go upstairs and pay me rent? It was just like that. It wasn't, you could still live here, eat my food and blah, blah, blah. Go somewhere else. And, you know, I'm trying to have a different or more adult relationship with my child, which, you know, I don't know if it's working, but she's still there. I don't know. It's just, it's not easy.
It's frustrating.
It's
really
frustrating me because I don't, you know, my mother's 73. Neither me or my sister really have that mother-daughter relationship with her. And I just didn't want that for me and my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you don't have that. You don't have the same situation.
I don't have that, but she, you know, really, you know, I want to strangle her most of the time.
That's called being your kid. Maybe a lot of her traits do follow yours too, that you don't notice. You think maybe she has some of the Caren in her?
Well, absolutely, because I never wanted to pay my car note, and I had the money too, but still, that's not the point.
Okay.
That's not the point. She can claim me on her taxes. I mean, really, I'm a benefit to her. And you were just gonna leave and walk out? How dare you?
Okay, so are you? To me, I'm feeling that I hear what you're saying, but on the other hand, say hi, Kiana.
Let me hear, Mother Mona.
No, I'm just asking you because that's how I probably a little of you of listening to you is kind of like, are you upset with her? I mean, okay, you're a little frustrated. Now you're frustrated because she's saying, I want to go back with my father because I don't want to take this responsibility on. Absolutely. And then on the other hand, I can feel it I can hear it in your voice that you don't want her to go because you like the comfort Absolutely. And the love that she's been there, even though she, you know, she came back and she's there. Now it's like, you're going to leave me again? Regardless of, I know you're frustrated because she's not doing what she's supposed to do, taking that responsibility and making it better. But I can hear it in your voice that
you saying that because I was thinking that if she like Mina said, if they go, are they fine? But then I'll be back to living alone and
exactly.
you know and you know and I don't like that. No, and you know and if it's different if my grown child said, look, Ma, it's time for me to get out, pay my own bills. Okay, I could understand that. But you running from responsibility, I'm going back to daddy.
Right.
Daddy
not saying I'm going to move out on my own. I'm finding an apartment. I'm going back to daddy house because
I don't want to help you. Essentially, that's what she's saying.
So yeah, it's twofold. Yeah, I don't want to go back to living alone and stuff. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do
if she decides to move back with her father?
Well, if she decides.
Well, after I prayed and Wusa, you know, she paid her bills that were sitting there for days. So I said, okay, let me stick the lease on this. See what she do with that. She signed the lease, so I'm good.
So she was calling your bluff.
Oh, she wanted to see what you was gonna do.
Yeah. I refused. I wasn't.
She was probably wanting to see you say, "Go on with your daddy."
Yeah. I didn't say nothing because you know a lot of times people see what you're gonna do.
Oh, you keep your whole card.
I didn't do anything. Sometimes if I'm going out early, I'll drop her to work early so she don't have to be rolling out of bed and stumbling, rolling in work. I said, I stopped all of that for a few days. I said, you know what? She want to go, let her go. I was
gave her a taste of her own medicine.
But it's it's fine, but I could see what you're saying. I didn't even really, I didn't think about that much, but it's true. Who wants to, I don't want to go back. My mother's 73 and lives in a 2-family house alone. She can't even have tenants because she's so miserable.
Wow.
Why are you doing, what you doing up there? Boy, you can't have overnight guests. Why? They pay rent. That's why you're in there by yourself. I don't want that for myself.
I understand.
But it's okay. It's going to be all right. I have a lot of life to live with my child or without.
Well, I'm proud of you.
Me too.
Because after all of this time, that is not what you would have said a couple of years ago. A couple of years ago, you'd have been a bowl of mush.
I'd have been packing my bags, going to Virginia to live with my sister and my aunt, my niece. As much as my sister drives me nuts, but I know she always got my back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That still might be something you should consider.
I may, but you know, it's tough when you have an older sister. She's like to tell you what to do on the phone. I don't want to go live up close so she can tell me what to do up close and personal. She's a retired correction officer in an all-male prison facility. So you know she had to have a certain age. And y'all know I'm quiet for the most part. Yeah. And it really takes a lot out of me to say something. I don't want, no drama. And when my daughter said that to me, I was about to run to Brooklyn because she was going to be there for a few days before flying to Amsterdam with her friends. I was going to run to Brooklyn just to get a few half hour with my sister, who I know loves me to death.
Aww.
But I said, now, if I do all of that drama, let me just sit down somewhere.
Maybe you should have just got the conversation out with your sister. It didn't have to be about that.
See, one thing, you can't tell everybody what's going on because then they want
No. It didn't have to be about that. Just have a conversation with your sister. Just like you said, to get that. I call my brother all the time. Hey there, boy. I call him all the grown man, I'm sorry. But I call him all the time. And I don't necessarily tell him everything that's going on with me, but sometimes I do. And he'll make me laugh. And he has my back. He's quick to say, the heck with everybody. Just do you. And I love that about him.
And it's that distraction. It's that distraction from that. So it's somebody that you feel comfortable with. Yeah.
But also, she just started really liking my daughter, so I don't want to really turn.
Oh well, no, you don't have to tell her. You don't have to tell her. I hope she don't watch this. But
to the point where she's all, my niece, because my daughter looks more like her than me, which is disgusting. It's just wrong to carry a kid 9 months and they barely look like you. It's just wrong.
Her daughter looks like her.
No,
she's just dark skinned, but she looked like her. Where's a picture so I could show you? That's like saying Kimura don't look like me. She does. I mean, she's not my twin, but she looks like me.
We went to a cookout. My sister introduced us. Oh, this is my sister, my niece, my nephew. The lady said, oh, she could be your daughter. I was like, well, dang, so what am I, chopped up?
No, you look like your sister, obviously.
No, my daughter.
I know, but you obviously also look like your sister. And your daughter looks like yours.
My sister always used to explain to people, we got the same father. That was her first line. This is my sister. Yes, we have the same father.
Oh, wow.
You know how black people are, just the yellow one, the brown one, the short one, the tall one. She fought for nothing. How about that?
I don't like you, Caren. Well, we are actually, we're at the end of our show.
Wow.
So we're going to leave on a positive note, Caren. How do we fix this? How do we fix it? This time what you did was sat still.
Yes.
And sitting still actually solved your problem.
Yes.
Hi, Kiana. Anyway.
And yes, and the techniques we use is what makes us happy. And this week was a big sports week for me. They had Little League on. Something else was going on.
I don't know, but I don't understand how y'all watching Pee Wee sports.
Because it's cute. They're just kids are so cute when they little, and you can still tell them what to do and they listen.
They're not related to me or some family friend. I'm not watching them on TV.
It's cute. And basketball is about to come on, so I'm really ready for that. They changing all the rules in football. I watch my cooking shows and sports. That was my saving grace. I sat down in Mona's Bay, not my Bay, Mona's Bay, hooked up my Fire Stick so I could just roam around all I want.
Just tell her illegal stuff on this.
No, oops, sorry. My bad.
Anyway,
all right. Give me a call. down below the number. Give me a call.
No.
Fix crack screens and
Oh my God. What,
The takeaway
that get you rims for a 57 Chevy? No.
The takeaway is there's always room for growth.
Absolutely.
It is.
Absolutely. And that maybe your reaction shouldn't always be the same reaction if you're getting the same results.
Exactly.
That's the definition of insanity.
I know. I was trying to not say
I
it
know.
because I'm insane. No,
Doing the same thing, expecting different results. So yeah, I did something different.
I'm proud of you.
I didn't try to coddle her or anything.
Or beg her to stay.
Or beg her to stay. No, oh no, oh no.
And I didn't call and either cause conflict or what's that called? Belittle myself by trying to keep this relationship going. I just left it alone.
Right.
And what did you do?
I didn't do anything. I was just being myself.
What is being yourself?
Y'all know what myself is.
Oh, there you go. She go to smile and then go to smile.
If I ain't cleaning, I'm cooking. I ain't cooking, I'm working, doing something.
Well, we're all in a better place than we were.
Yes, we
before.
are.
So I want to say thank you for you ladies, because
Thank you.
you are my saving grace on Thursdays and now Fridays. I appreciate everyone that even tuned in for a second. I appreciate you for just watching.
We thank you for watching today.
Thank you so much.
Yesterday was a little
Rough
hectic,
for
so
us.
we tried it today.
And if you would let us know if you prefer the earlier time or the later time.
She know I'm be here late.
I'm sorry. After the sun go down, I want to be home.
But we'll be back on Thursday. We might do it a little earlier so Caren could be okay. Maybe not.
But I'm
Because we want to see y'all when y'all get off work on Thursday.
Okay, regardless. I'm here. Shut up.
Don't forget the Kombucha Bar in Flemington, New Jersey. They deliver to the greater New Jersey area. You can also find them on Facebook, the Kombucha Bar in New Jersey. And I believe they're also on Instagram, the Kombucha Bar of New Jersey. They deliver. And again, as always, if it is to be, it is up to me.
And keep talking. Keep smiling.
Keep smiling. No,
Thank you.
we will always back. I can't sing.
See you later. Thank you. Next Thursday, 7:30, Mindfulness with Mona, Mina, and Caren.
Subject will be when we will announce the subject. Tuesday?
Yeah.
Tuesday. So see you Tuesday. We love you. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, Kiana.
Kiana, hit this bottom finish.